So I'm with an organization called Monument Impact. I'm also an Antioch resident, right? So I drive around, I see the stuff that's happening. I go to the apartment complexes, I hear what's happening. This is like my office right here, where I spend probably the majority of my time. I'll write a lot of poetry here. These are all poems that are complete that I want to put into different projects. I'm planning some events here, and then my name's Jose Cordon. I'm a poet and community organizer. When I was a sophomore, a teacher of mine called Mr. Omar, he gave me a book, and that book was called Pedagogy of the Oppressed. It's about accessibility to education and reading and language and stuff like that, and it's a very hard book to read. Along that journey, I came across an organization called One Day at a Time. It's the Youth Leadership Development Program. Through that organization, I got to do a lot of community work and different types of stuff, from meeting Dolores Huerta to meeting Regeburta Menchú, to organizing a huge brown, it's called the Brown Youth Conference, Brown People Youth Conference. So a bunch of stuff that I got to do through that organization. That's how I got to go to Northern Ireland. And so I discovered a love for serving community. And then it was through that organization that I really started to serve community and do community work. One of my favorite things about Antioch is the water, how close you can get, and then just the access to nature. You'll hear things like, Antioch is not what it used to be. Things like, Antioch is going to shit, excuse my language, right? You'll hear things like, this city is gonna become the next Antioch, essentially using Antioch as like the negative, negative part of the analogy. Antioch is, I don't know the full history of it. What I do know is that there's a lot of old racism in Antioch, right? Going from the Antioch was a sundown town. It was pretty much meant, from my understanding, if you were like a person of color, you couldn't really be out after night. And especially like in the downtown area with like the Chinese, they weren't allowed to be there, out. So there was like a little network of tunnels for them to kind of live and do their stuff and move around.
I mean, they're the old ones, but we could just,
Oh yeah, no. After this, we'll be going back to the Antioch office, I believe.
Okay.
So really, what we're trying to do is try to find the commonalities here and make the point that this is not a single individualized issue. This is an apartment-wide issue, and so it takes large solutions. One individual can't do it. It takes the entire management, the owners, the residents, everybody to come together and address it. So that's what we're trying to do. Find what's going on. If more than one person is happening, okay, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5, 6, now 100 out of the 200 people are like, you have an issue. That's what we want to identify. And then really the main core is to be able to empower the residents of any apartment complex to organize themselves. Well, we don't have to, maybe we start it, but we don't finish it. And then when something happens, like a crazy amount of evictions, crazy amount of rent increases, they are able to organize themselves, rise up, and negotiate as a collective against those that have power as the owners.
Wait, 9, 8?
It should be that one down there. Hey, how you doing? Good. Just came to talk to you again. I told you we'll come by real quick.
So far in this row, that person has got an eviction notice, they're gone. This house has an eviction notice, they're gone. This person got an eviction notice, they're gone. And they all got served. So these are all openings. You can still see the tissue left on the floor right here around. So human feces come out of here, out of this right here. So our pipes are all connected to the pipes behind us, so we share one line. So sometimes when I come home from work, it could be feces right here, human shit.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good, yourself?
Good.
So you gonna share with a little bit with us?
Oh yeah. Been living here almost a year now. This dishwasher worked one time and now it's full of water and gnats just come up out of it. I've been telling them my heater broken. Nothing.
Yeah.
I've been telling them about this for 2 months now. Nothing. I've been here, ever since I've been here, there's nothing that I've asked them to do, they've done.
It was originally low income place, so people were coming in $800, kind of what I'm paying. But it's like $1,800 now. A lot of situations here. You know, I remember one time we were dropping off flyers, and you know, as community organizers, you just, you know, you see somebody, you talk to them, you know, it is what it is. There was a couple of gentlemen outside their car, and I was, you know, walked up to them, talked to them real quick. Right there, they had a few weapons right there, you know, a few, I don't know what kind of guns they were, but you know, just laying there in the car, just ready for whatever, I guess, you know. But that's what you see. I mean, that's what's the reality here, because it's people want a way to survive, and it's hard, you know. A lot of these folks, you know, Antioch is like what they call like a sleep town or whatever that is, like a sleeper town or whatever, where people come here to sleep a lot, you know, and in order to get out, you need cars, and so sometimes they don't have cars, and sometimes you do have a car, but your job doesn't pay that much, you're paying rent, and then your car goes out, you don't have the money to pay for the car. Now the bus, the transportation here isn't the best out here in this area, the infrastructure for it, you know, so it's easy to get down on your luck, but this area needs a lot of help.